A storm of love and destiny is coming. Outlander has always been about passion and sacrifice. But this new story dares to dig into the roots of blood, family, and the ties that never die. The trailer for Outlander Blood of My Blood is more than a glimpse of what is to come. It is a promise that the past will shape the present and the future in ways no one can escape. Outlander is not just a story, it is an experience. For years, fans have traveled across centuries with Claire and Jamie Fraser, feeling every struggle, every heartbreak, and every victory. The beauty of this saga lies in how it blends history, romance, and mystery. Blood of My Blood steps forward as the next chapter. This is not simply a continuation, but a new exploration of how love and family are written into bloodlines. The trailer makes it clear from the very first shot that the themes of love, loyalty, and danger are alive. Once again, sweeping landscapes stretch across the screen, reminding us of Scotland's raw power, the kind of setting where destiny feels too heavy to resist. In just seconds, the viewer is reminded that Outlander is not about ordinary love. It is about love that must fight against time itself. As the trailer unfolds, the tone shifts from beauty to tension. There are stolen glances, whispers of forbidden love, and the undeniable weight of legacy. Every look exchanged between characters feels charged with meaning, as if behind each moment lies an untold story. This is what makes Blood of My Blood so powerful. It is not only about what characters say, but about the history they carry in silence. The trailer does not need to tell you everything. Instead, it plants questions that burn in the mind. Who are these new faces? Are they tied to the Frasers? What sacrifices will they have to make? The power of Outlander has always been its ability to make you care deeply about characters who seem caught in an endless storm of fate. And Blood of My Blood promises the same. What sets this trailer apart is the way it honors the past while introducing something new. Fans know the familiar rhythm of Outlander passion, danger, history, and heartache. But this time, the tone feels even heavier. It is as if every moment is pushing toward something inevitable. The very title, Blood of My Blood, whispers of family ties that cannot be broken, even when love is tested by impossible choices. In this first glimpse, STARZ is not only showing us a continuation of a beloved story, but also daring us to imagine what it means when love and family collide in ways that cannot be undone. This is not just another chapter. This is the foundation of the legend itself. The trailer for Blood of My Blood does not waste time reminding us of the world we know. Instead, it dares to pull us into something unfamiliar yet deeply connected. From the very beginning, the air feels heavier, as though history itself is pressing down on the characters. The story is no longer only about Jamie and Claire. It stretches further back, to the roots of their love, to the bonds of family that shaped them before their paths ever crossed. This is where the pulse of the trailer lies. Every frame carries the weight of memory, but it is also filled with the hunger of something new. We see faces that are not yet familiar, but their presence feels important, almost haunting. There are glances that suggest hidden stories, words unspoken, yet heavy with meaning. A father's gaze, a mother's sacrifice. A child caught between worlds. All of it lingers for only seconds in the trailer, but it speaks louder than any dialogue could. It tells us that Blood of My Blood is not only about love, but about where love begins, how it is passed down, and how it survives against time. The atmosphere is darker than before. The landscapes, though breathtaking, are layered with shadows, as if the land itself remembers old secrets. The music swells, not with triumph, but with longing, as if reminding us that every love story carries a cost. This is the unique promise of the trailer. We are not only following a romance, we are uncovering the story behind the story, the bloodline that gave rise to everything that Outlander fans hold close. What makes this section of the trailer unforgettable is the sense of inevitability. You feel that every character shown is walking toward a destiny they cannot escape. And yet in their eyes you see defiance, the desire to choose love even when the world tries to chain them. This balance between fate and free will has always been the beating heart of Outlander, and blood of my blood sharpens it to a painful edge. Watching it, you cannot help but wonder, what would you sacrifice for love, and how far would you go to protect your family? The uniqueness of this chapter lies in its silence as much as in its words. The trailer does not scream its message. It whispers it through glances, through landscapes, through the tremble of a voice. It invites the audience not only to watch, but to feel, to sense the weight of history pressing forward. This is not just Outlander reborn, it is Outlander redefined. The trailer carries a message in its title, and is impossible to ignore. Blood of my blood. These words are not soft, they are heavy. They speak of ties that cannot be cut, ties that can heal, but also destroy. As the scenes move forward, you feel the weight of family running through every moment. This is not only about love shared between two people, but about the roots that connect generations. The camera lingers on faces filled with pain and longing, as though each character is chained to the past by invisible threads of blood in one shot. There is closeness, warmth, a fleeting moment of peace. But in the next, shadows fall across the screen, reminding us that love tied to family is never simple. The trailer hints at sacrifices that must be made, the kind that leave scars not only on hearts, but on entire lineages. Every step forward feels like a step into history's fire, where blood is both a shield and a curse. You can sense that these characters are not only fighting for their own hearts, but for the generations that will follow them. What makes this part of the story unique is its refusal to paint family as simple. It is not just comfort or safety, it is duty, it is conflict, it is a bond that can demand more than anyone is willing to give. In the soft flicker of firelight, you see eyes filled with devotion, but also fear of what devotion can cost. In that fear lies the true strength of Outlander. The story has never been afraid to show that love and family come with a price. And Blood of My Blood makes it clear that this price is heavier than ever. The land itself becomes part of this message. The mountains and forests are not just backdrops, they are witnesses. They hold the memories of battles fought, of blood spilled, of promises broken and kept. Each shot of the trailer feels alive, as if the earth is breathing alongside the characters, reminding them that the past is never buried. It waits, it lingers, and it demands to be remembered. This chapter of the trailer leaves one question echoing. In the mind, when blood calls, do you obey it or do you break free from it? The answer is not given, but the weight of the question lingers long after the final frame. And that is the unique pull of Blood of My Blood. It does not offer simple comfort. It demands that the audience wrestle with the truth that love can bind, but blood can bind even tighter. As the trailer moves into its darker rhythm, the glow of love is swallowed by the chill of uncertainty. Outlander has always carried danger in its veins, but in Blood of My Blood, that danger feels sharper, closer, more unforgiving. Every whispered promise is set against a backdrop of looming threats. Every moment of tenderness shadowed by the sense that it could be torn away in an instant. The trailer does not show battles with swords and armies just for spectacle. It shows the quiet, creeping danger that hides in trust and loyalty. In the very bonds that should protect, the most striking images are not of open conflict but of silence. Hand withdrawn too quickly, a glance held too long, a shadow crossing a familiar face. These are the signs the trailer gives us. Small, but heavy. They suggest betrayal not from distant enemies but from those close enough to wound the heart. That is what makes the danger here so unique. It is not faceless, it is intimate. It comes from within the circle of blood and family, from the very people who share the name and history that should unite them. The land mirrors this tension. The beauty of Scotland, often shown as wide and free, feels tighter here, as if the mountains themselves are closing in on the characters. The forests are no longer places of escape, but of concealment, where danger waits unseen. Even the sky seems heavier, the light dimmer, as if warning that love cannot survive untouched. This is not the comfort of home, it is the battlefield of the soul. What makes this section of the trailer unforgettable is the way it forces the audience to question trust. Who can be believed? Who can be followed? And when betrayal comes, will it come with a knife in the back or with a smile at the table? These are the questions that hang over every frame, giving the story a sharp edge. The tension does not shout. It whispers, it presses, it weighs on the chest. The trailer never says outright who will betray or who will fall, but it gives enough fragments to stir dread in the mind. Now that dread is powerful because it makes the audience lean in, hungry to know the truth. This is where Outlander thrives, not in giving easy answers, but in forcing us to feel the fear of what could be lost. Blood of My Blood dares to remind us that love is strongest when tested, but those tests come with a price. The danger is not only outside, it is inside, carried in the choices of the very people we trust most. And once the blood is spilled, nothing can ever be the same again. The trailer does not allow the danger to drown the story completely. Just as shadows begin to overwhelm the screen, the light of love cuts through, burning with a force too powerful to be ignored. It has always been a story of passion that survives through centuries. And Blood of My Blood takes that passion and makes it feel even more dangerous. Every touch is a risk. Every kiss is a defiance. Every whispered word is a weapon against the forces trying to tear them apart. The power of this trailer lies in the way. It shows love not as fragile, but as unyielding. The characters do not shy. Away from danger, they run toward each other, even when the world warns them not to. Their closeness is not safety. It is rebellion. In their eyes, you see a choice, a refusal to let go, even when betrayal and loss surround them. This is what sets Blood of My Blood apart. Shows love not only as comfort, but as fire. Fire that warms. Fire that consumes. Fire that dares the storm to try. Put it out. There are moments in the trailer where the silence between two people feels louder than any music. A lingering glance, fingers brushing together when no one else is looking. A breath caught before words are spoken. These moments are soft, but they are not weak. They carry a strength that says, even if the world breaks, this bond will not. That is the essence of Outlander's romance. And here it feels sharper, more necessary, more alive. But the danger never disappears. It sits in the background, waiting. That is what makes the love shown here so powerful. It is not love born in peace. It is love born in chaos. Because of that, it feels stronger, more real, more urgent. When you watch the trailer, you do not just see people falling in love. You see people choosing it, even when it could destroy them. And that choice is what makes it unforgettable. What makes this section unique is how the trailer does not separate passion from peril. They are woven together. A kiss can be both salvation and curse. A vow can be both promise and burden. The characters know this, and yet they choose each other anyway. That choice becomes the heartbeat of the trailer, pounding against the silence of betrayal, against the weight of destiny, against the pull of blood. In Blood of My Blood, love is not only a story, it is the blade that cuts through fear, the shield against betrayal, the spark that refuses to die. It is beautiful, it is dangerous, it is necessary. Every frame of the trailer whispers one truth. Destiny cannot be outrun. Blood of My Blood does not show characters wandering freely into love and conflict. It shows them being carried, almost pulled, by something greater than themselves. The way the scenes unfold gives the sense that history is not only backgrounded as a force, alive, watching, waiting. Each choice feels written long before it is made, and yet the struggle lies in resisting, in believing love can bend the path that fate has drawn. The power of this section is how the trailer makes destiny feel both beautiful and cruel. In one moment, there is light faces glowing in quiet intimacy, words filled with devotion. In the next, the light dims, and the shadow of consequence falls heavy. It is as if the trailer is reminding us that no love story is ever free. Every vow has its cost. Every moment of passion has its shadow. And when blood and family stand in the way, the weight of destiny grows even heavier. What makes this part of the trailer unique is its rhythm. Images move like waves, hope rising, then crashing into sorrow, then rising again. You see the strength of lovers who dare to stand against the storm, but also the pain of knowing the storm will not stop. The land itself seems to echo this truth. Wide fields stretch like promises of freedom, but the mountains stand like walls, unmovable, eternal. Reminding us that destiny is always there, towering above, unyielding. There is a moment, brief but powerful, when eyes lock across a distance, as though the characters know they are bound, even if time and blood try to divide them. That look carries both hope and tragedy. Hope that love will win, tragedy that destiny will demand its price. It is this balance that makes the trailer unforgettable, because it does not give us the comfort of certainty. Instead, it leaves us suspended, caught between what we desire and what we fear. This is not the light of a fairy tale. It is the firelight of history, flickering, fragile, but stubbornly alive. Blood of my blood dares to show love as something eternal, but also something bound to pain. And that is why it grips the heart so tightly. So when we see these characters fight for love against destiny itself, we see a reflection of our own struggle to hold on to what matters, even when the world says it cannot last. The trailer ends not with comfort, but with a chill that lingers. Blood of my blood dares the audience to face the truth. This is not a love story wrapped in safety. It is a legacy carved in sacrifice. The last images move like echoes in the dark, glances that feel like goodbyes, hands reaching as though time itself is tearing them apart, voices trembling with promises that may never be kept. It is not the end of love, but the reminder that love this deep always walks hand in hand with loss. The silence in these final moments is more powerful than any words. You hear it in the swell of the music, you feel it in the shadows of the landscape. You sense it in the heavy breaths of characters who know they are walking toward something they cannot escape. It is not only about what they will face now, but about what their choices will mean for the generations to come. That is the true heart of the title. Blood of my blood. This is not only a story about lovers, it is a story about bloodlines, about the ties that stretch across centuries, about the pain and power of family that will never be erased. The brilliance of the trailer lies in how it refuses to give the audience answers. Instead, it leaves questions burning hotter than ever. Who will be broken and who will endure? Can love rewrite destiny, or will destiny carve its mark on love once again? When blood and heart stand on opposite sides, which will triumph? These questions linger like smoke in the air, haunting and irresistible, pulling viewers into the promise of what is to come. As the final frame fades, there is no easy release. The audience is left suspended, caught between heartbreak and hope, as if the story has already begun to reach into their own lives. That is the power of Outlander. It does not simply tell a tale. It pulls you into its world. It makes you feel the weight of its choices. It makes you ask how far you would go for the people you love. Blood of my blood is not just another chapter. It is the pulse of the entire saga. The heartbeat that will echo long after the screen goes dark. When the trailer ends, the silence feels like a challenge. A challenge to follow. A challenge to endure, a challenge to witness a story written not only in love but in blood itself. And that silence may be the loudest promise of all.